Like all things Trump, this is unprecedented.
This verdict has left a lot of us with unanswered questions about what this means for the presidential election. Our Nicole Hernandez talked with a political science expert to get some answers. Here's what she learned.
Political science professor James Long and I talked about a lot. One thing, no matter what happens with the sentencing, this will affect the presidential election. Long said both Trump and Biden will try to use this guilty verdict to their advantage in the race. But Professor thinks we could start to see Trump slip in the polls because of the number of people who have said they'll support him unless he's found guilty.
I think what'll be interesting to watch is the degree to which the other Republicans in down the ballot races and local races either continue to sort of support him and be a vocal proponent of his, or try to distance themselves.
We also talked about what could happen at Trump's sentencing on July 11th. He could get anywhere from no time to 4 years of jail time for each of the 34 counts. But Professor Long says the judge will probably consolidate those charges, meaning Trump would face 0 to 4 years total. To decide, he says the judge will look at Trump's behavior through the trial and the history of cases like this in New York.
I do understand that people have served time in jail in New York for more or less the same charges.
And the big question I had for Professor Long, what happens to the presidential race if the judge decides to sentence Trump to jail time? He told me there's nothing set in stone, but a legal opinion from the Nixon administration says this.
The president could be in jail and run for president, even be elected, but they could not serve as president from jail.
That opinion focuses on federal charges, though. So no matter what, the courts will have to decide what happens if Trump gets jail time and is elected. Here are some of the options. 1, the courts could release Trump for his presidential term, then make him finish his sentence when his term is over. 2, they could invoke the 25th Amendment, saying he's incapable of being president and hand power down to his vice president. Or 3, Trump could step down himself.
I don't think he would, because he would like the protections that come with it, and it would allow him, should he be elected, to at least get rid of the federal charges.
Even though Trump's sentencing is before Election Day, Professor Long says Trump will likely appeal the decision. Plus, there's still the other federal charges Trump is facing as well. So either way, voters are going to have to decide with a lot of things up in the air. In studio, Nicole Hernandez, Crime 2.